Hello and welcome back to a new Anno 1800 playthrough. Today we start with, well, once again, the campaign, the original mode of Anno 1800 here that we've played at the very beginning. This time though, we are ramping up the difficulty to expert level, so the highest difficulty for this one. It's a nice expedition, a nice break from all the challenge modes and endless modes that we've played on this channel now. Just following a tight story there with some high, well, difficulty, especially there for the building and the fighting mechanics that later on that we'll see. I think the story of this game is really good. I really like the campaign. Playing this one just once again. Let's get ahead here with less guidance. Of course, we still need to choose an avatar that we can go for here. And for the difficulty settings, there we have it, expert 3 stars. So we're starting with the lowest starting capital of all of them, the lowest influence, the smallest worlds, the fewest minerals, the lowest fertility. We also get no construction refunds and no rebuilding relocation. That's certainly going to be interesting as we need to rebuild a city from scratch 2 times, I think, during the campaign, beside also, of course, blowing up some fishes and stuff like that. I hope you're going to enjoy this one as a nice brief expedition to other realms. As I said, if you want to support my channel, just have a look at the video description. At this point, I also want to thank all my supporters, and let's get cracking.
Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything? I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is.
Alrighty.
Dynamite fishing? You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food.
So we're starting out here with only a fisher boat.
Escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite left. Here it is. Must be plenty.
There we get a dynamite, and with that we have to kill some fishes now. Boom. That's how fishing is done nowadays.
Blistered fish they could ever want.
Now, we do have now all the fish, and let's get up here. So this is really just a small introduction that we have there, and with that fisher boat we get that now to Kazukila, and he will give us a ticket home.
I told you drifters before, rum don't grow on trees.
Yes, dynamite fishing.
Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it. Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
And this is it, off we go to the old world. And I remember the excitement a year ago when we started with Anno 1800.
I never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you. Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
And now that's the city that we have to take back.
All those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditchwater. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
Alright, Ditchwater it is, our island where we are starting on this campaign. We need to build quite the city here. Chapter 1, A Tale of Two Brothers. Beautiful
What?
big
Still
island.
Here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances.
Okay, so in the
We must
beginning we
shelter the
shouldn't
good,
build too
loyal
far ahead
people who
because we
have
do
shown
get some quests
solidarity
here
with
now.
our family.
And let's just follow
We
the
need
story
every
there.
hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
Alright. So as we see, we need to begin with a marketplace. So we're going to have the first marketplace somewhere. Yeah, something over here. We just need to be clear with the houses then that we have. So about... Ah, yes, actually. Playing a bit of Anno 2070. It's a bit hard to come by, but we of course have the blueprint mode, so we can't just build something like that. We do have some debris here right now, ruined residences, so we need to collect them then as we continue on the quest. So we cannot build further than what we can see right now, so that's why I built the street up here. So that's the maximum that we have right now. And in this case here, we do have some buildings here. So in this case, let's have a block of buildings here, and then I know where I want to build the warehouse that we have just over here. And there is a good starting point for our first warehouse in this area here. And then we have some some streets around it. As you can see here, we have the ruin there, but no problem. And I just want to make sure that we can place enough buildings going down here. That is looking fine. And we make a prosperous city out of Ditchwater here. Right? Right. Let's build the warehouse or the marketplace here. The first one that we have, it's looking a bit dirty right now with smog and stuff like that. But don't worry, as soon as we get rid of the ruins here, we're making some fine village here. Let's also build the first block of houses, and that is the age of agriculture that we have now. Over here we can see there is some timber that we can pick up. Also over here there's some timber. I don't think there's anything else though, so we do have 28 tons of
Do you
timber.
remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition? As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Alright.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard, picking and choosing what he inherits.
So we need to pay back the debt here. That is the goal for now. A spark rekindled. In the wake of your father's alleged treason and death, your uncle Edward seized control of Good and Sons, leaving you and your sister Hannah to fend for yourself. You have your own company now, but there's plenty to do before you can think of building ships and a shipyard. First, you'll need to build a small settlement to house the loyal people who followed you and Hannah to Ditchwater. And who doesn't want to follow me to Ditchwater, honestly? So right now we do have 46 farmers. And then we have the quest. Now we do need to clear off the first ruin. That's this one here. This is going away then.
Father would have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up.
Right, so there we get a bit of timber.
Morning is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labor for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people.
Alright, let's have some forest trees here and lumberjack huts.
Prints in bright sands. Timber, very good. I'll try not to think of the
Edward
coffin.
the Savior. Mr. Edward Good speaks of bold new era for Good and Sons, nobly bearing the burden terrible traitor brother dropped at his door. That's us.
He twists every article in his favor at our and father's expense.
You reached a new milestone.
And there we got the first timber production up and running now. So that's something we need to do quickly, otherwise we'll run out of wood. But we don't really have much money there, so we also have to be a bit quick there with that. We also have now the fishery available, so let's build 3 of them right away.
The larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
Alright, and here we actually have some room for a bit of ornaments that we can then place here. Something like that, just in front of the warehouse. Abandoned market district, so this one up here we can clear now too. And that means we can build many more houses than here. Oh yeah, but we do need a bit of more wood, so we get it from here. Very good.
Long, hard day. The people need to rest and maybe wet their whistle.
There we can build a few more blocks here. Beautiful. Yeah, let's have some blueprints here as well. Just here. So I want to have like a main street here, going up here then, and later we're going to have the courthouse, a big building that we need to build, kind of like a monument, and I want to have that courthouse then up here, that is kind of like culminating into that main street here. I think that's going to look fantastic. Now here, another block of buildings, beautiful. And right now, we have the first houses there, but my people are very unhappy. That's because we do need schnapps, and who doesn't like schnapps? Now, down here there is something that is the target place for the schnapps, and for schnapps, since that is potatoes, we should do it far away. I don't want to have that close to my city there at all, so let's have a street going all the way up here. Right, and here, oh, there's another ruin here, I can see that. Can we get rid of that ruin here? Nope, we cannot for now. So that's for the campaign, you have to, you know, organize yourself around those ruins, but you also have to think about them here often, because of course you have to remove them at some point, and then you need that place for something else. So don't neglect the ruins there. There we have the warehouse, and then the potato farms. So I think 4 might be nice for now. So let's have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Also going the street then up here. And then we have the distilleries for that. 4 distilleries should do wonders. So as you can see here, we have the ruin here, and then we can have more distilleries here then later if we want to. Now there we have some potato fields.
We're taking every... We need more farm.
And yes, there we have more potato fields. Also here, going up like that. We should leave some room there though for streets like this one here, because I think later, yes, we'll have a bridge then over here to that side there once we unlock that. Now, very good, we do have the first schnapps production. What I can see is though that, well, workforce is insufficient, so we do need to upgrade more and more buildings here. Those guys here. And also build a few more houses then. And we can also have a pub, and how lucky that we can fit the pub right into this area here. Perfect. and then having a little street around it. But oh wait, let's also have a little park then here later, and let's also organize our building menu a bit differently also for the DLC. Then I want to change my perception of the building menu here. So up to this point we always had the progression building menu, so farmers, workers, artisans and so on, but right now I want to do it by type. So we have materials, city, consumables, harbor and culture, and I think this will make it easier, especially when we have more buildings available then. So culture that we have here, and in this case I know then exactly where to find something. For example, these fountains here that we can place then here, or memorial statue, or yeah, a tribute to Nathan, to the diving bell, something like that here as a smaller ornament there. I'm also interested into the new ornaments that we'll see then with the DLC that we'll receive.
An eternity since the funeral, and the cost. Oh, why, it was extortionate.
There we have a few ornaments now when people come into my city, and he wants to get some schnapps there, so he's extorting us, of course. He wants that. Let's give it to him. We do have enough schnapps for now. And here,
I loathe the reek of lanolin, but if farmers' smocks are all you have.
Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
alright, let's clear some more ruins. And I actually do like the campaign in this way,
Shameless demands.
that we have so many quests that we need to follow. It's a nice change from Sandbox from time to time. There's the next ruin we clear. We get lots of wood with that, and we can actually continue with some more houses over here, just where we have the coastline.
Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
Workforce shortage.
Alright, so there we have the first district here, and then here we can have the second district, and whoops, we also have a bit more timber up here that's waiting for us. Can we clear more ruins like this one here? Nope, we cannot clear it for now. There's another one, but as you can see now, the dirt is going away, the air becomes clear, and in this area here, since we do have more timber now, let's also build a few more houses here. Just like that, and oops, we also have a quest.
Fancy making hay while the sun shines, master?
Hubby is a terrific firefighter, but he has a terrible habit of disappearing after his shift. Last time they found, I'm passed out by the pub, and now I'm worried sick he might have fallen somewhere.
You can't
Well,
make better what's already
lad,
gold.
he's like literally a few meters away from you. There he is.
I wish I'd a goose for your kindness.
And there we get 20 fish for it. Right, find your cousin leading a mob in the vicinity of Edward's Great Exhibition. Oh, that's on the other city there. But right now what I want to do is having the work clothes. So over here, what we can see, we do have the warehouse. I think that it's quite full here, yes. And we've also reached level 2. Just a side gag there. And now we need to decide where we should have those juicy sheeps. Let's have them far away from everything else here, with the beautiful view that they can have. Just here. Can we have a bridge over that? Yes, we can then have a bridge there. So here, another warehouse. Here, and then we have the consumables. There's the work clothes, and then it's the sheep farm. So it's a bit easier, I think, to manage it like that, you know. And let's see how many we can actually fit in here. Right to also here. And here. And then another one. Should do nicely. Very good. So that we have a few sheep farms now in a very beautiful location here. Alright, so after a bit of time there, now we have also our sheep farms working there, and work cloth is being produced right now. What I can still see is that we really don't make much money there. So we should have a few more houses. Oh, and we also have a fire. Where's the fire? Down here, and that's a big fire there. Fire station. It's going far enough. And on expert difficulty, the fire is really dangerous, so health is ticking down rather quickly. Fire station hopefully will do it. And don't worry, we are building quite a lot of blocks of houses here, but obviously, as always, we're going to remove also some of them again for parks and stuff like that. Right now, my main concern is my money. So we do need to have quite a lot of buildings. And I just use all the wood that we have. And there is a ruin here, right? Yes, but we can get rid of it.
Tell me you've managed something.
Work clothes is coming in now, so that should also be good for my taxes. There we also got rid of another ruin. What's going on with the fire? It's spreading.
Tell me you've managed. Bah, black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
He's not really right in his head, I think. Alright, let's see how far we can go. Still up here. A few buildings here. Right, that should do it. And then we can have the main road going up here. And over here then, we can continue with another marketplace. Right, and now what we need to do... Oh, yeah. Money is coming in now, so the taxes are increasing there. We do have a bit of timber. Can we get rid of another ruin there? There is one, very good. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. So this one here is the only thing. And Ditchwater has become uglier because of the fire and the ruins there. There we have a bit of timber again. Because I need to upgrade now. Oh, I cannot do that. Because of the fire? Yes. Look at that. Quite the fire. I think one fire station is actually not enough for that. Let's have another fire station over there. Oh boy, my money is really going down. At least we reached level 3. Unfortunately, you don't get any money anymore when you reach another level there. Used to be the case. Look at that fire, it just doesn't go out. There we have a fire station. Let's mobilize so we can use a few more. But it's only one fire now, and we already have one here. Oh, that's very close to destruction, but I think they do it very good. Now we can upgrade those again to normal buildings. And, oh, there we also have one like that. So now we do need to wait a bit here, and then I can upgrade my people. Let's go over here to Bright Sands, because in Bright Sands we need to find my cousin. Now, one of your cousins writes from Bright Sands, the island now owned by your uncle. He speaks of a climate of instability surrounding Edward's administration. Find him in the vicinity of the Great Exhibition Foundations, and he may be able to help you gather some followers among the riots. So let's see where he is.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry. That old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Oh, a nice
Now
ship.
That sounds like good news.
And that's a beautiful ship that we get there. Now we finally have a ship, so we have no crown license yet. We are not allowed to build anything else, actually.
My hands
Oh,
are
look at
tied,
that.
but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
Maybe Edvard will try to prevent us owning a shipyard. But for now, let's at least house those workers.
Alright, upgrade worker residence, so we do need a few people from Bright Sand, and that is official, so that is something. And that fire is back here.